Hey, this is Ryan.
And this is Erin with One Board Family.
And today we're going to teach you how to play Unmatched. This is actually the Cobble Fog standalone expansion that comes out this month from Restoration Games. Unmatched is one of our family's favorite games.
We
love playing this. It's basically a battling system that comes from an early 2000s Star Wars Duels game created by Rob Daviau. And so Unmatched is a really great system. This is the latest expansion. There's also a Jurassic Park expansion. There's Bigfoot versus Robin Hood.
Yeah.
And then the original one, which is Unmatched Battle of Legends Volume 1 with King Arthur and Sinbad, Medusa. But we're going to be teaching you Cobble and Fog. The basics are all still there, but we're going to teach you two different characters from this set. I'm going to be playing as Dracula.
I'm going to be playing as Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
That's right. So this is my Dracula minifigure that that's going to represent me on the board. These minifigures are always really, really cool. They've got a washed finish on them. They're really awesome.
This is Sherlock Holmes right there. And he has a sidekick, Dr. Watson, which is just represented on this little token right here. And
Dracula will not be battling it out alone. He's actually got three sisters represented by these three black tokens. The heroes are always represented by the figures, and the goal of the game is to take out the other player's hero. So I'm going to be trying to take out Sherlock Holmes, and she'll be trying to take out Dracula.
And you have the help of the sisters there, and really their help is only a point apiece. So I feel like they're pretty easy to take out, even though there are only three of them.
Sometimes they are.
Yeah, sometimes.
These little dials will come with each of the heroes, but also some of the sidekicks. This is Dracula's dial right here. He starts on 13 health, and it's going to tick down as I get hit.
And Sherlock Holmes has a health of 16, and Dr. Watson has his own little dial, and it's at a health of 8.
So each of these characters is going to come with a unique deck of cards that are suited just for them. This deck is Dracula's deck that's beautifully illustrated in every area.
And then the Sherlock Holmes cards, I love it because it has his address on the front.
Yep. And so these cards, while they're beautifully illustrated, each of these decks are unique to that character. Dracula will only be able to use this deck. These are 30 cards suited for Dracula, and then those are 30 cards suited for Sherlock Holmes. I'll go through real quick how some of these cards work. The red cards are going to be attack cards. They are only good for attacks. This has an attack value of 3. And it can be only used by the sisters. If you see the text right there, it says sisters, and that's the person who can use the card. So this has an attack value of 3. And if somebody uses a defense card, they can use a blue card. This is a defense card. It has a defense of 3, and it can be only used by Dracula. So it distinguishes who can use the card.
And if you see a card with yellow on it and a little lightning bolt in the symbol, these are called scheme cards. And so they're not really an attack or defense, but they give you something unique to do with your character that will help them to claim victory.
That's right.
And also, we have what are called versatile cards, and they're represented, they have half of a defense symbol and half of an attack symbol, so you can use them as either one. And again, you'll see in the corner on the side here that this says Holmes. Some say Holmes, some say Dr. Watson, some will say any, meaning you can use them for either one.
And those any cards are really helpful when you get in a bind, when you have to move a certain or specific character, or get in a position where you can't use a card from your hand with one of the characters on the board. So we're going to get into how to play the game. We're going to talk about movement as we get into the game, but that's just kind of a quick introduction to Unmatched. And again, this is Cobble and Fog. This is the new set that is going to hit retail July 15th. You should find it in your friendly local game store. But let's go ahead and get into the game. All right, so we've got our board set up. So Erin is actually going to be the first player in this game. So she has already put Sherlock Holmes on the board. We've got these positions. This is the Soho board, which comes with the Cobble and Fog. It's a two-sided board. We've got the Baskerville Manor on the other side. And then this is the Soho board on the opposite side. This one's unique because you've got rooftops along the top, along the middle, and along the top of the board, and you're going to be able to walk along the rooftops to get away or to get a better advantage on your opponent. So Erin is going to start in the player 1 position, which is marked with a black diamond, and then I'm going to start in the player 2 position out on the city street where Dracula loves to be.
And the thing about the sidekicks is that you can place them anywhere within the same zone as your main hero. So here you see that I'm within the same zone.
That's right. And so I'm going to place, I think I'm going to place one of my sisters up on the rooftop. I do want to watch out because Dr. Watson actually has a pistol, so he's going to be able to shoot.
That's correct.
And I am melee all the way, so I'm going to stay here on the ground, and I'm going to come along. Actually, I'm going to go along the rooftop. No, I'm going to stay on the rooftop there. So that's the setup that I've chosen for my characters. We start with our health. I'm at 13, Erin's at 16, Dr. Watson's at 8. And then these are our character cards right here. So we'll actually put this into our little picture-in-picture box so that you see a little better. So Dracula is a melee character, Sherlock Holmes is a melee character, Dr. Watson is ranged, and the sisters are melee characters. Now what you're going to notice about this is that Dr. Watson has a health of 8. I've got 3 single tokens which only have a health of 1, but we've got a movement of 2. So both of our characters have a movement of 2, and then I've got some special text. At the start of your turn, you may deal 1 damage to the fighter adjacent to Dracula. If you do, draw a card. And then effects on Holmes and Watson cards cannot be canceled by an opponent. Effects on any cards cannot be canceled. So I've got to watch for what card Erin plays so that I can cancel them properly.
And I've got to make sure that I don't stay right next to you because I'll take damage.
That is correct. So we're going to talk a little about the strategy of what we're playing when we play it. And so we're going to be playing our cards into this picture-in-picture box so that you guys can see a close-up of the cards and some of the beautiful illustrations that come in these decks. So each character starts with a hand of 5 cards, and then you've got your stack of 25 cards in your draw pile. Okay, so Erin, you're going first.
That's
so why
correct.
don't you go ahead and see what you can do on your first. Oh, maneuver. We talked about maneuver on the or a little earlier that we're going to show you. This is one of the things you can do. 3 things. You have to do 2 actions on your turn. Maneuver is one of the things. On your turn, you draw a card if you choose to maneuver. It's mandatory. But then you can choose to move your fighter the number of spaces that they're allowed to move. So for Dracula and the sisters, that would be 2. For Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, that would be 2 also.
Correct.
So,
okay.
all right.
I will maneuver as my first turn. So I'm going to draw a card out of my deck, and I'm going to move 2 spaces.
Okay.
Right there. Okay. And I then am going to play a scheme card. Let's see. It's confirmed suspicion. So within that, I have to choose an opponent, which would be Dracula, and name a value. Your opponent must choose and discard 1 card matching that attack or defense value. Their hero takes a damage equal to the boost value of the discarded card. If they do not have a card of the named value, they must reveal their hand instead.
Okay.
I am going to choose, let's see, the value of 3.
The value of 3. I do have a value 3 card. I'm going to discard it because that's the rule. Dracula, it's a defense of 3, and then it's called Do My Bidding,
3.
and it has a boost of 3.
Oh, I like that.
So I take 3 damage?
That's correct.
Ooh,
the hero takes damage equal
rough.
to the boost value.
That is really, really bad. So that is now in my discard pile. I take 3 damage immediately. So I'm down to 10 health. That is not a good start for Dracula.
Let's see, it was almost like a shot in the dark because I didn't know which cards you had.
That's true. So let's see. All right. Let's do this. I'm going to play this scheme card, Ravening Seduction. Move any fighter up to 2 spaces. After moving, deal 1 damage to the moved fighter for each sister adjacent to them. Let's go ahead and move.
Well,
let's go ahead and move you up 1 space.
Okay.
That's going to do 1 damage right here from that sister because of that card. And then I am going to actually take a maneuver, and I'm going to draw a card, and I will move 1, and I will move 1, 2, and that is the end of my turn. I'm going into the dark alleys.
Interesting.
I'm going into the dark alleys
Yeah.
and seeing what I can do from there.
All right. Okay. I am going to stay right there for the time being, and I'm going to attack this sister right
Okay.
here. All right, and I'm going to lay my card out.
And so it is my choice to defend if I want to. I can play a card in defense, or I can choose not to defend. I'm going to choose not to defend.
Okay.
So your attack card was a 3. My defense was 0. I've only got 1 health. This was a sister you targeted, and she is dead.
Okay.
All right. At the end of her turn, it says, deduce strategy. During combat, you may change the printed value of the opponent's card to its boost value. Didn't
It doesn't
matter
matter.
because I didn't play anything.
That's all right.
And that's
Okay.
it. So that goes into your discard.
All right, and then as my second turn, I'm going to maneuver. I'm going to draw a card out of my deck and then maneuver back that way.
Oh, you're running away from me.
I
Okay.
am.
Interesting. Interesting. So, my first action is going to be a scheme card called Baptism of Blood. Baptism of Blood says recover 2 health, return a defeated sister, if any, to one of the
great.
spaces in Dracula's zone. So, zones are these colors. You'll see these different colors. So, this mustard color right here, this yellow color, that's what my zone is. And so, I'm going to recover 2 health, and that's going to take me up to 12. And then the sister that just died is coming back into battle. She's going to go right there. And that is then my first action. Second action, I'm going to maneuver. Draws a card. 1. And then 1, 2. And movement, by the way, we didn't discuss this earlier, but movement goes along these lines. And so that determines adjacency, and it also determines movement. So one of my sisters can go 1, 2, and actually I'm going to do that. And then the other sister 1, 2. So I couldn't hop down off the roof because that is not considered adjacent. So, and then also adjacency matters for melee combat especially, because unless there's a line between 2 figures, so even if I was right here and my enemy was right here, they are not considered adjacent. So there's no line. Okay, and my turn is done.
All right. Let's see here.
And in the picture-in-picture, I'm going to show you my hand because Erin cannot see this, so we'll do a quick shot. You can only have a total of 7 cards in your hand at a time. I've got a total of 4 right now.
Okay, I'm going to play a scheme card as my first turn.
Okay.
Master of Disguise. Choose an opponent. Holmes is going to swap places with that opponent. So, of course, I choose Dracula.
Oh, really?
And what else does the card say?
Holmes swaps places with the hero, deal 1 damage to that hero.
That's
so
correct.
we're
You
changing
take the
spaces, and I'm taking the damage. That is not good.
And for my second turn, I'm going to maneuver. So I'm going to draw a card. And I'm going to maneuver this way. 1, 2. And I'm going to maneuver this way. 1, 2.
Okay. Let's see. I am going to... Let's do... Okay. So I'm going to take this action. This is a scheme card. This is for Dracula Mist form. Place Dracula in any space, gain 1 action. So Dracula is going to go ahead and
okay.
appear right
Any
over
space.
here, any
All right.
space on the board. So, and so that is done. I get another action, so I'm going to go ahead and use that other action as a maneuver, which gives me a new card. Okay. I'm going to move that sister here, 1, 2, and then I'm going to move these sisters in, closing in on
Wow.
Dr. Watson.
Okay.
Being a little aggressive here.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to attack as my third action because I got that free action.
Okay.
My last action is going to be an attack against Sherlock Holmes.
So, in my defense, I play this card. Wait.
Yep.
I didn't see it. Okay. I didn't see what it said. Place this card face up. Predict the printed attack value of the opponent's card. I did not see it. I'm gonna say it's a 3.
Okay. She thinks it's a 3. So we're going to place these two side by side. She thinks this is a 3.
What is it?
That is a 2.
Oh.
So it is a 2. Attack of 2. It's called Feeding Frenzy. During combat, this card's value is +1 for each sister in the same zone as the opposing fighter. And so I've got one sister in the same zone. So I'm going to go ahead and hit you for 3 points, which that's your defense. And that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was my first action.
Well, that was your response, so I'm done with my.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Turn. Yep.
You're right. That's correct. Wow, I do not like how this is going.
You thought you were going to have me
at all.
A lot of Sherlock Holmes's cards deal with predictions and focusing on like what a specific card number is and things like that.
It makes him such an interesting character to play. He's very different from the other ones.
Definitely.
Wow, I feel like I'm in a bind here. I'm going to maneuver because I need a card in my hand. Okay. And I'm going to attack this sister right here. Sorry.
Okay. You're attacking that sister. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and defend.
And I actually am going to maneuver him that way. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
So defense is 2. Attack is 2. We both played feint against each other, so nothing happens for either one of us. So, all right. I think we're on the same page. All right. And you're done with your turn?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to maneuver, but I'm going to choose not to move. So that's one of the things that you can do in a maneuver is you can choose not to move. So I maneuvered. I picked up a card. So yes,
I remembered that effects on Holmes and Dr. Watson cards cannot be canceled by an opponent.
It was in any card.
It wasn't any card, but I just remembered that. I don't know if I said that at the beginning.
Yes.
You did.
Yeah, that's your special ability. It's pretty awesome. Right. So I think I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack Dr. Watson with the sister. Let's see how that works.
No defense.
No defense. I like that. That's a 3. Thirst for sustenance. Played by the sister. After combat, if you won the combat, which I did, place Dracula in any space adjacent to the opposing fighter. So Watson loses 3 health, and Dracula is right behind you.
Wow. Okay, wonderful.
You better turn that boulder cap around and look. All right.
Okay.
It is
my turn?
your turn.
All right. I'm going to maneuver. All right. In maneuvering, I'm going to come up this way.
Yep.
And I can't really move him. And then I'm going to play a scheme card. Place Dr. Watson in a space adjacent to Holmes. Holmes recovers 1 health.
All right.
So I'm going to bring
Interesting.
Dr. Watson up this way.
Okay.
And Holmes will recover 1 health. He's back at 16.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. I'm going to maneuver, which means I'm going to draw a card, and I'm going to come up behind Mr. Holmes there. Let's go ahead and get these sisters moved around here. You guys are along the rooftops. Let's go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. My sisters are watching you. And Dracula is going to go ahead and attack Sherlock Holmes from the back.
Wonderful. Okay. I'm going to play the same defense card that I played earlier.
Okay.
Play it face up.
Okay.
I'm going to again predict that your card... Actually, I'm going to predict that your card is a 4.
Okay. So your prediction is that it's a 4. Let's see what we come up with. My card is a 6.
Wow.
This is Beast form. This is his most difficult attack. During combat, you may discard any number of cards from your hand. This card's value is +1 for each one that you discard. I'm not going to discard any cards. So you're going to take 3 damage, which is the difference between the 2 cards. You're taking 3 damage on Mr. Holmes. And my turn is done. I took my 2 actions.
All right.
I'm standing strong. Dracula's doing okay.
Yeah, he is.
Just a heads up, I have not won as of the time of this recording. I have not yet won as Dracula, so I thought this would be a good chance for me to try to make Dracula work for me.
Okay. I am going to attack Dracula with Sherlock Holmes.
Okay, defense card. All right. So we've got a defense of 1. Look into my eyes. It says during combat, add the boost value from your opponent's attack card. So your boost value is 1. So my defense is a total of 2. Your attack is 3. You may change the printed value of your opponent's card to its boost value. Yep. So 2. So.
Right.
Yep. No matter which way you switch it, I've got 2 defense and you've got 3 attack. I take 1 damage.
Okay.
Not bad. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm surviving.
Okay. So for my second move, I'm going to maneuver.
Okay.
Draw a card. Let's see. I'm going to maneuver.
Come down here where all the sisters are. They're just hanging out.
Okay. 1, 2. And
They really wish you'd just come
1,
hang out with them.
2. That's really the only way I can go right now. Okay. I'm done.
All right. Let's go ahead and maneuver. And so I'm going to draw my card. And let's go 1, 2. And then I will take another maneuver. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'm not going to move. I will move Dracula. 1, 2. And then I'm going to maneuver one more time, drawing another card. I'm really low on cards, and that's kind of why I'm in the position I am. I want to make sure that I've got some cards to work with.
Yeah.
So I'm going to back. I'm going to back this sister up. I'm going to move her in. I'm going to move Dracula up 1, 2, and my turn is done.
That's interesting. Okay. So for my turn, I am going to maneuver first. I'll draw a card. And then, let's see, I'm actually going to come back this way and keep Dr. Watson. Actually, I'm going to come back here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack this sister. Actually, I'm going to attack. I can't. He's not in the same zone, but he is ranged. So I'm going to attack this sister.
Okay. You're attacking the sister. I am actually going to... I'm not going to defend.
All right. It's a 3.
Okay. 3. Our picture-in-picture camera just went out, so I'm going to have to figure that out. So this is a 3 against nothing, so you're going to attack me and kill her. All right.
And then I can look at your hand. That is the...
Oh, nice.
Yeah, after combat.
Get to look at my hand. Everybody's going to see my hand. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Check those cards out.
Nice. All right. And so that is the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. So it is my turn now. I really wish you had just gotten involved with all those sisters over there. So, okay. Well, I'm going to maneuver, which is going to draw a card. And then as my second action, I'm actually going to play Sister's Scheme card, Ravening Seduction. Move any fighter up to 2 spaces. That is 1, 2. And now I'm going to deal 1 damage for each sister adjacent to them, which is going to be 2. So you get 2 damage against Dr. Watson.
I'm down to 3 on Dr. Watson.
Which I'm happy about. Yep. That is the end of my turn.
Okay. I am going to use a scheme card.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to confirm suspicion. I'm going to choose a value.
And you saw my cards just a minute ago.
Yes, but now I think it's a 2. I'm going to choose a 2.
Your poor memory is serving me well. A 2. That is correct.
Oh, so, good.
Feeding Frenzy. So what do? I have to take the damage? Okay, so I'm going to take 3 damage.
The damage of the boost.
Yep,
yeah.
That is awful. I take 3 damage. Okay.
That worked really well with me being able to see your hand right before I played that card.
And does this get thrown away or does it come back into my hand?
Let's see. I think it stays in your hand.
It stays in my hand. Okay. So I think I threw away the other. No, I didn't have one last time.
Okay, you kept it.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So that was my first move.
First scheme card.
Let's see. And for my second move, I'm going to maneuver because I need to get some cards in my hand, and I really need to move Dr. Watson out of that area.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's do this right here. Let's go ahead and do Baptism of Blood again. Scheme card. I'm going to recover 2 health, which is going to put me back at 9. And then I'm going to bring back one of my sisters into the space adjacent to me. They never die. And then I'm going to maneuver, which is going to give me a new card.
Okay.
Let's see. Do I want to put... I'm just going to leave. Let's pull these sisters. Let's do 1, 2. Sisters getting on the rooftop. And let's go 1, 2. And she's coming around the back of the building, front of the building. And I'm done.
All right.
So quick glimpse into the cards that I'm holding. I'm only holding 3 cards out of the possible 7 that I could have.
There is something that I really don't like. You've kept me from getting to you.
Yes.
Yes.
I like that.
Definitely done that. So, let's see, Dr. Watson is ranged. Not deranged.
Not deranged, but ranged.
Let's see, I want to get a card into my hand, so I'm going to maneuver.
Okay.
I'm going to maneuver Holmes up that way. And I'm going to maneuver Watson.
Because of the lanes that this map creates going horizontally, this map is very interesting. There's really a lot of cat and mouse here.
Right.
Which I think is the point.
Yeah. So I'm going to attack. Whew. I wish I could get over there. I'm going to attack this sister here.
Okay, so Watson's attacking the sister. I'm not defending. So education never ends after combat. If you won the combat, the opponent draws 1 card. If you lost the combat, you draw 2 cards. Okay. If you won the combat, your opponent draws a card.
That's an advantage for you.
That's interesting.
I do not like that.
Yeah. So I'm getting an extra card out of the deal.
Okay.
Okay. And then my sister
the board.
is done. And that is yours.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what I can do. I need to... Okay. Let's go ahead and maneuver, which is going to give me a new card. I'm going to go ahead and take that card. Let's maneuver 1, 2. Sister's going to join you on the rooftop. And then I'm going to go 1 and then 1, 2. stay right there. And then I'm going to attack. The sister is going to attack
All right.
Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
So we both submit a card. We're going to flip these over. So my attack is 3 against 2 defense. So yours is a feint card, which immediately cancels all effects. So I'm not going to move my fighter up to 3 spaces, which was the dash
So
ability.
Dr. Watson takes 1 damage.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
Holmes takes
Holmes
1.
is taking 1 damage from the sister. So, and that is it.
All right. I'm going to maneuver.
Okay.
All right. That's interesting. And then I'm going to attack her right there.
Okay. I'm going to defend. This is the first time. I think this is the first time I'm defending with a sister. So 3 against 3. So after combat, Holmes says if Holmes is adjacent to the opposing fighter, deal 2 damage to that fighter. Wow. Mine is after combat. Move your fighter up to 3 spaces. Because the defender always resolves first, I'm actually going to move 1 space away, and your counter punch does nothing to me.
So frustrating. So. Okay. I think that was my second.
Did you maneuver? Yeah, you maneuvered first, I believe. Did you maneuver first? We're not going to replay the tape to figure it out.
I can't remember. I think I did maneuver. I did.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and do a maneuver. I'm going to go ahead and get a new card. And I'm going to 1-2. Your characters can always move through your own characters, but you can't move through other people's characters. So 1-2. Actually, I'm going to keep her. No, I'm going to stay there. Yep. And then I'm going to keep the sister there. And I'm going to attack Mr. Holmes on the rooftop.
No defense.
No defense. This is going to work poorly for you. Beast form, 6 damage during combat. You may discard any number of cards from your hand for a value of +1. I am going to actually discard 1 additional card, which is going to give it a 7. So you take 7 damage straight up. All right. And that was the end of my turn.
That
one hurt.
Yeah, that one really hurt. I'm not used to having no defense cards. Let's see, my turn.
You may need to run. Dracula seems a little powerful right this second.
I am going to play this
You're not going to... Okay.
Card. Choose an opponent, look at their hand, and choose 1 card for them to discard.
Okay, so let's see that card. So Erin plays this card, eliminate the impossible. I'm going to show her my hand.
Okay, and I get to choose 1 for you to discard.
You get to choose 1 for me to discard. So.
Okay, well, I'm going to choose for you to discard the defense card.
She's making me discard my defense card. It's called Do My Bidding. And so, yeah, I am sad to lose that one.
All right. And then I'm going to attack you.
Okay.
Or, well.
No defense.
No defense. 5.
So, 5. She attacks me. I have nothing to defend with. The game is afoot. After combat, move Holmes up to 3 spaces. She takes 5 damage against me. I'm dropped down to 4.
1.
4 health left.
2. 3.
Okay.
And I have no cards left in my hand.
You have no cards, which is a good thing for me.
But you only have 1 card.
But I only have 1 card. So I'm going to maneuver, which is going to maneuver, get a card. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 1, 2. So that was my maneuver move, and then I'm going to play sister card, Ravening Seduction. Move any fighter up to 2 spaces after moving. Deal 1 damage to the moved fighter for each sister adjacent to them. 1 space, you're taking 2 damage from the 2 sisters.
Wonderful.
So, all right.
Okay.
So card count, Erin's got no cards in her hand. I've got 1 card in my hand, and my deck is it's about half full.
Okay,
So.
it's time to maneuver.
Maneuver,
Can't
run,
really do anything
get out of here.
without a card. 1,
Gotta get
2.
out. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to 1, 2, and
A lot of Unmatched is about hand management and using these cards at just the precise time. This game is really fantastic at giving you that tension as you get lower and having less cards in your hand.
Okay, I maneuvered 1 more time.
Okay, so you'll have 2 new cards in your hand. I'm going to have to maneuver because I'm nowhere near you, so I'm going to go ahead and maneuver and grab 1 card. Let's go ahead and move the sister down here. Let's move Dracula 1, 2, and then move the sister 1, 2 right there. And then let's go with my second action is going to be an attack on Dr. Watson. So the sister to Dr. Watson right there.
Okay.
So that is my attack card. This is your defense card. Let's see what happens here. Sister attacks for 3. Watson attacks. Watson defends for 3. So after combat, if I won combat, place Dracula in any space adjacent. I did not win because defender always wins when it's even. And if you won the combat, look at your opponent's hand. So you get to look at my hand. So. Okay. It's the exact same hand that you saw last time. I'm not giving you anything.
I am going to
Yep.
maneuver because I need more cards in my hand. I'm going to...
I really thought I would take out Watson at that point. I really thought I would take him out.
Question.
Yes.
I know that Dr. Watson is ranged.
Mm-hmm.
She is not in his zone,
but
they are adjacent,
yep,
so that's
correct.
okay for them. Okay.
Yeah, so the way range works is Dr. Watson's able to hit anything in his zone, which would be, because he's on that maroon color, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those 5 spaces, or adjacent, which would be those 2 right there.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to attack the sister here.
Okay, you know I don't have any defense. Mm-hmm. So you're attacking with a 3. All right, and she is dead. So it says after combat, if Dr. Watson is adjacent to Holmes, they each recover 1 health, which they are not.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So that was a maneuver and attack. And
I wish that they were.
And now it is my turn. Maneuver, drawing a new card. Let's see. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's sneak up on Dr. Watson. Dr. Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. I'm going to go ahead and do this one right here, which is Prey Upon. This is a scheme card from Dracula. Deal 1 damage to all opposing fighters adjacent to Dracula. Dracula recovers 1 health for each damage dealt. So you take 1 damage and I recover 1 health. So bleeding you dry.
All right.
Okay. And that was a maneuver and a scheme card. I'm done.
Okay. I am going to attack you right there. Attack Dracula right there.
And I'm going to play a defense card right there.
Okay. And I have a during combat.
Okay, so this is a 4 against 3. Mine is exploit. After combat, draw a card. Yours is deduce strategy. During combat, you may change the printed value of your opponent's card to the boost value. So obviously you want to change it to the boost value of 1. So my boost value is 1. I'm going to actually take 2 damage. And I'm going to get to draw a card because of the value, what's on my card. So, okay.
Okay.
All right.
And now I'm going to maneuver.
Okay. We're both very low on cards.
Yes,
this is really bad. Yeah.
I'm going to come this way with him, and going to come right there.
Stay right there. Okay. Let's maneuver. I'm going to go ahead and take my card. Okay. Let's go 1, 2, and then I'm going to. Ooh, do I play? That's my maneuver, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack Mr. Sherlock Holmes in the back. So.
Have fun with that.
Oh,
No
you're
defense.
not going to defend.
Well,
and
I have
my
no choice.
Attack value is exactly 2. During combat, your opponent discards 1 random card, which is your only card. So discard that card, and adds that boost value to the attack.
It's completely terrible.
5 damage. You only had 2 health.
You won.
Mr. Holmes has been defeated. Dracula has killed him. So that was it. That was my first win with Dracula. I feel pretty good about it.
Great.
So
Yeah.
that was good. So hopefully that gives you an idea of Unmatched and what this game is. There are so many combinations to play with all the different expansions. Again, this is Unmatched Cobble Fog. This is new from Restoration Games. You're going to be able to pick this up on July 15th. Thanks so much for joining us for this game.
Yes,
we really
thank you.
appreciate it. So taking time to watch this. So until next time, we'll see you at the table.